Weather.
It's been warm in George Washington. The last couple of days have been flirting with 90 degrees. In eastern Washington, it's been hot. It's been pretty comfortable on this side of the Cascades. Today was no exception. We saw temperatures well into the 70s, almost a little too hot in some places. Notice Puyallup hit 79 degrees and Chehalis hit 79 degrees as well. Cooler temperatures out along the coast. We are expecting cooler temperatures over the next couple of days to reach over the Puget Sound area, and we're going to knock about 10 degrees off what we saw basically all weekend long. So temperatures will be noticeably cooler as we head into the first couple of days of the work week. And by the end of this upcoming week, by Thursday and Friday, we'll see temperatures that might have a tough time getting into the 60s. So yes, a cooling trend over the next couple of days. By the way, it's an important night tonight as far as the sunset goes. It's the first time that the sun is setting later than 9 o'clock in the evening, and we continue to gain daylight every single day. So I think the latest sunset we see is 11 o'clock in the evening, something like that. So yes, we continue to gain daylight as we march further into June. Right now, 60 degrees. Clouds have been increasing over the last couple of hours. It's those high wispy cirrus clouds that filtered our sunshine a little bit earlier today. We didn't see any rain in our state. A couple of thunderstorms over the high desert in Oregon, and most of the unstable conditions were still well away from us. Clouds are increasing because there's a weather system that's sitting off our coast. This thing is going to slip to our north, not bringing us any rain chances, but it is going to increase our onshore flow, and that means temperatures will be cooling off. So instead of the mid 70s, we'll be near 70 Monday and Tuesday. Certainly cooler conditions out along the coast. And again, that downward trend continues the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, low 60s for highs, and maybe some places even a bit cooler. That's this upcoming week. How about the month of June as a whole? Well, according to the Climate Prediction Center, much of the Pacific Northwest is expected to see warmer than normal temperatures this month. As far as precipitation goes, no surprise here, drier than normal. By the way, June, at least in Seattle, we typically pick up about 1.5 inches of rainfall through the entire month. And notice this big green blob right here. You've probably seen the flooding headlines in the southern plain states. They are expected to see more, at least above normal rainfall in the southern plain states throughout the month of June. Speaking of rain, the first chance for showers arrives by Wednesday. We'll probably see more cloud cover the next couple of days, but I don't think we're going to notice a whole lot of change. A few showers on Wednesday, better chance for showers Thursday into Friday. Those are the cool days of the week. Some of these showers may linger into Saturday, especially Saturday morning, but forecast models do dry us out Saturday afternoon, and Sunday looking like the drier, warmer day of the weekend. So not as nice as this last weekend, but still pretty decent.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Yeah.